Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a wonderful day, though. How did it go? And happy 2nd of November. Um, the year is rounding up slowly, and I am excited about closing out the year. But I know that it's not over yet. So we still have about 2 months, so we can still get a lot of things done within that 2 months. Um, so I'm holding this live as an impromptu live because of a few things. First, these days I've not been announcing if I'm coming on live, and I'd like you to put your notification on. Put your notification on for my IG live so that if it comes impromptu, you at least are aware that I'm running an IG live. How is everybody doing? Good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're joining from. Do you mind telling me in the comment section where you're joining us from today? And happy new month to you. And my prayer for you is that this month will favor you, it will favor your family, and that every of the blessings that was promised to you this year, that the Lord will give it to you as we approach the end of the year. That this month you will pretty much capture a lot of your goodness, a lot of your blessings in Jesus' name. Can you guys hear me very well? I want to know. Let me move this closer a little bit. All right. So what am I doing with you guys today? I'm taking questions. Today is actually my day. Today's my day off. So today is the day where I try to think about things and try to work on a few things for the company. So yes, you have my attention for the next 75 minutes. What would you ask me? What is it that you have in mind that you feel like, I'd like the charity to reply to me on this? I'd like an explanation about this. Whether it's your career, whether it's your immigration, whether it's your study abroad program, anything that you have in mind that you would like to ask me, I'm at your service at this point. I see people from various places, from Canada, from the UK, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Lagos, from different places. Thank you all and welcome. It's so good to have you on. And I hope you had a wonderful day and your month is off to a good start. All right. What would you guys like to ask me about? So I'm here. I don't actually have a topic. I can come up with one. You guys know. I'm a firecracker. I can come up with one. Well, I don't want to do that. Why? Because I want to make sure that every time I have a live, the second live, I give you an opportunity to ask me questions. Ask me questions about maybe what we talked about in that live or other things that you want to know. We share a lot of contents. And I believe that we don't get to give you a lot of responses based on different things that you are made aware of on our page. So I want to make sure that I also take the time to come here. So personally, you can ask me those things. If you have those questions, you can drop them in the comment section or you can drop them in the question mark that is right here. For the people who are new to this page, welcome. My name is Dr. Adi. And every now and then, I do Instagram Live to talk to my audience. And best believe a lot of the information I share will go around career and study abroad programs, immigrant journeys abroad. It will also go about immigration. So if you're interested in any of those topics, this is the right place. We share tons of information about those and definitely happy to help. All right, I see two questions. How easy is it for a medical doctor to transition in Canada is on open work permit? Okay. For medical doctors in Canada, I think it's a long thing. The journey takes about 2 years for you to write all your medical license and exam. So transitioning is not an easy path for medical doctors. Now, what I usually tell a lot of medical doctors who are coming into Canada is, let's pivot you into an adjacent career. Something that you can be doing that can also equally give you a six-figure salary, 100,000, 150,000, 120,000 salary while you work on your license, right? If your licensing takes multiple stages and these exams, they don't offer them readily, right? Maybe a couple of times a year. Even if you pass the first stage, the second stage, maybe the exam is 3 months away. What would you be doing? You just be studying, right? Let's get you a job in an adjacent career. Let's pivot you into an adjacent career. For many medical doctors, there are diverse adjacent careers that they can pivot into. Now, that depends on interest. That depends on experience. That depends on, what type of medicine are they practicing, right? Now, let me give you an example. If you're a family doctor, you are a family physician, you can transition into different things like public health, because as a family physician, people come to you, you diagnose them, you educate them, you talk to them about their diagnosis, what they shouldn't do, what they should do. So you're already doing the work of an health promotion specialist by actually promoting good practices as a family physician. So for a family physician, it is easy for you to go in the area of public health. Specifically, I just gave an example, health promotion for you. Now, my brother Chijoke. So Chijoke and I, we went to University of Saskatchewan together. He was my roommate. He became my brother. Very good friends. And our parents now know one another. They've adopted me in their family. Chiji, for example, he loves statistics. So he was a medical doctor in Nigeria, moved to Canada to do his master's in MPH. But while doing MPH, he loves statistics. In fact, he knows statistics more than me that I studied physics. He's that good in mathematics, but he studied medicine. And so if you are like Chiji, you love math, you absolutely are good in statistics, we can pivot you even within the public health space. You can go towards epidemiology, biostatistics. I'm just using public health as a whole as a place where medical doctors can pivot into. It's an example. Can you pivot into a lot of different career paths as a medical doctor? Yes, there's a niche for you. So if you're a medical doctor, you're coming to Canada, instead of saying I'll pick up a menial job, I'll be working at Walmart, I'll be working at Superstore until I get my licensing. That is too much of a menial job process. 2 years of menial job getting $15 per hour is not befitting for you. I would say let's transition you into a professional career that can give you good money while you write your licensing exam that can take up to 2 years. I hope that explained what your husband should do, Buki. All the best to him. If he needs any support in terms of helping him transition, in terms of helping him now rebrand himself in that area, he can come and work with me and we can help him in that area. We can rebrand you. And let me tell you, you can rebrand into anything you want. You can decide and say, I want to rebrand into something else, and we can help you brand yourself as something new. So you don't have to be stuck in a career. You don't have to be stuck as I've been doing it for 10 years. I can't move forward. No. We can always change your brand. We change your career, we change your brand, and you start to speak the message of that new brand, and you start your life again. So you don't have to be stuck in a location, in a career, and say, that's all I know. I want to sponsor my sister to do her master's in Canada, and she has an ND. What info can we get? Of course, you can come and chat with us. If you want to study her, if you want her to come and do masters in Canada, this is dicey. Canada does not consider HND as a bachelor's degree, but the US does. Canada does not. So in order to argue this, first of all, your sister has to convert HND through World Education Services. If she sends her HND license to World Education Services, they will help her analyze. Usually they will give her an ECA that says that her HND is equal to a bachelor's. She needs to start from there. She needs to use that to be applying. If she is using HND to be applying to Canadian University, there's a very high chance that they will not give her a master's program. Now, I want to speak to you on master's program versus other programs. A lot of people who have HND, they usually will go and do postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate program. There is nothing wrong with them. Yes, it would be good for her to be able to get a master's. If she can't get a master's, and she must come to Canada, I think you can look at a postgraduate diploma, a 2-year postgraduate diploma for her, in a program that will give her an in-demand job. In Canada, we have in-demand jobs. These are the jobs that are in demand. Do not let your sister or your brother come to Canada to study a job that does not exist on that list. It has to exist on that list. What I'm trying to say in essence is, let her try with the method I just explained and see if she can get a master's. If she can't get a master's, let her go for postgraduate certificate or postgraduate diploma in an in-demand program, a program that is in demand. All the best to your sister, and thank you for being a good brother who is willing to sponsor the sister. May God continue to bless you. All right, let's go to third question. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. If you have a question, there are questions in the question box, so No, said no question yet. You can, if you don't want to drop your question publicly, you can put it in the question box. I'll also pick questions from there if it's there. All right, so we're going to move on to question 3. I'm trying to go back up so that the people that have dropped their question, I'll not omit them. Doctor, I would like to know how to secure a good HR sponsorship job in the UK. This is fantastic. Okay, I think we've done a couple of posts on that. So when you're applying, it's not everybody, every employer that have the opportunity to sponsor you. Only a few employer can do that. Before you start applying to any job, you want to consider, is there a list of employers that can sponsor? For the UK job market, there is actually a list. That list gets refreshed every 2 weeks. You want to get hold of that list of companies in the UK that offer sponsorship. Get hold of that list. That should be the list of where we are looking for job. You shouldn't be looking for a job outside of that list, because if you go and look for a job outside of that list, even if they've done 2 interviews for you, the moment they find out that you don't have papers, you need sponsorship, they would drop you, and then it would lead to you feeling angry, feeling dejected. So I'll say stick to that list and start to comb through. Every company needs an HR person, every company. So that career path is an horizontal lane career. It cuts across every industry, manufacturing, tech, consulting. Everybody needs an HR person. So it's a horizontal career that you have. So there's an opportunity for you everywhere. Get that list. I don't know where that list is. Download the Tier 2 visa extension. Go on Google right now, open Google and type in Tier 2 visa extension. You will see the ultimate Tier 2 visa extension. That should be the first one that comes up. Click on it, download that extension. Make sure you're using Google Chrome. Download it, and usually it will say, do you want to add it to your extension? Add extension. Once you add that extension, when you open Indeed, when you open LinkedIn to look for job, that extension will tag all the jobs. It will tell you which job has sponsorship, which job doesn't have sponsorship. Let me show you an example. My laptop is right in front of me, so we'll demonstrate an example of that. So on my laptop, I already have that thing downloaded. So let me go on my LinkedIn now and pretend like I'm looking for a job, and you will see how. Let me say I'm looking for a business analyst job. All right, now we're gonna turn the screen and you're gonna see how it looks. 1 second. So you can see it's tagged H1B sponsorship. So I said I'm looking for a business analyst job in Canada. Let me put United States. Now I put United States. And it says that this particular job is available, but they don't sponsor. It's an H1B sponsor. So this particular job, they will sponsor H1B for US. They will not sponsor, they will sponsor. Now, if I want to see the UK, that is a US extension. If I want to see the UK extension, which is the one under, you see, it has changed to the UK one. It changed back to the US. Let me refresh it one more time. Now it's changing it back for some reason, but that is to tell you, you can see that there are 2 overlapping extensions that I have. It's changing it back to the US because it noticed that I'm in the US, that I am saying that I want a job in the US. So if I say I want a job in the United Kingdom, you can see now it's now going to start to pick and say, okay, if you're looking for, let's do it one more time. This H1B one is very powerful. Okay, it's just changing it back to H1B because it's noticing my IP address. But that is how it will be picking for you. It will tag the job. So if you know that this job doesn't have sponsorship, you don't have to apply. Then you apply to this one. He has sponsorship. That's why it's green. And what is the extension I was saying? For you in the UK, Tier 2 visa This is the extension. This is this. It's loading. So you put that in, tier 2 visa extension, and then it will give you a list of the extension. It's slow. Why is it slow like this? Tier 2 visa. At least you should have saw what I typed in. Tier 2 visa extension for Google Chrome. Then it will bring you the list of extension. You pick the one that I said, the ultimate one, and then it said I should wait or something because I don't know, it's just slow. Okay, I hope at least you get the gist. Let me turn this back. How's everybody doing? I hope you're still doing well. And yeah, okay, so I hope at least with that, you know what to do, that you should apply to jobs that only have sponsorship. So instead of applying to 15 jobs per day, sieve the list. Only apply to the job that have sponsorship and make sure that you are targeting the role. You tailor your resume to that job. You brand yourself as a top 1%, that you are the right one for the job. If you try to apply for sponsorship job, best believe sponsorship job has a lot of competition. Other people are also applying who also need sponsorship. So you have to go there correct. You have to go there with knowing fully well that I'm in the top 1%. Now, two things are important. Apart from branding, your technical competencies has to be top-notch. In today's HR world, yes, you think, oh, talent acquisition, oh, recruiting, oh, pay negotiation, oh, clinical, that's all they need. No. Oh, benefit and compensation. No. HR now has analytics. HR now has ERP. HR now has some things that are very techy. So when you're trying to approach an HR role, don't just approach it from the traditional perspective of this is what I need to have. From today's market, digital transformation is transforming the way we eat, the way we do business, the way we bank, the way we communicate. Digital transformation has also affected human resources. Have you been able to sit down and say, what are the new areas, new technologies, new softwares, new areas that are being introduced into HR that is not traditional? I have to add these areas to my portfolio so I can stand out. If you're just fitting in, it's not the best. You're not going to get that job. You want to stand out by putting some very good portfolio of digital transformation plus the regular HR. Then you can stand out. Number two is for most majority of us that came from Africa, a lot of the work that we've done, we don't use any software. A lot of those work, we do them very manually. Excel, we just use Excel to do a lot of things. We use Microsoft Word, and we call people on the phone. They've given you this budgeting sheet. That's what the company has been using since 1962. They've trained you how to use it. That's what you are using. They've given you a sheet for people to put in their, log in their hours. That's what they are using. And new technologies have taken over every aspect of HR. In this part of the world, there is software for everything. I'm talking to you right now. Instagram is serving as a communication tool. It's serving as an advertisement tool. It's serving as a lot of different tools in today's world. In the past, where we used to communicate, we talk on landline. As HR in this part of the world now have softwares, different softwares. Do you know the softwares that are needed for each of your areas? And the softwares that are needed back home in Nigeria, is that the same software that they use in your desired country? So you have to understand. You have to do skill mapping. You have to understand positioning. You have to understand, how do I market myself well? How do I brand myself? And fourth, you have to always be better than your competition. If you're not better than your competition, then your chance of being called for that interview is low. I'm explaining this because sponsorship jobs, they are hard to get. So you have to always stand out. So I always say, if you're looking for a job, you've tried by yourself, 2 months, nothing is happening, come and work with us, get a career coach. So we can help you look at, what are you doing? What can we make better? What can we optimize for you? so that things can actually start to now move forward for you. All the best, TC woman. I need you to advise. I have HND in accounting and plan to study management and leadership development. I don't know where you're going to study management and leadership development, but I don't think you should do that. With your background in accounting, you should be studying something in the finance space. You should be studying something in the analytics space. You should be studying data analytics, data science, computing or quantitative modeling, finance. You should be studying something like that. In today's world, being a specialist gives you a hedge than being a generalist. When you do management and leadership, it makes you a generalist. When you stick to your accounting and deep dive it, it makes you a specialist. In this part of the world, people value specialty. So I'm telling you, Rosie Events, if you have not paid the tuition for that program, if you have not paid it, abort mission, and go and look for something that is specialized in some of the areas I mentioned. All the best. Is it possible to relocate to the UK from Moldova as a student? As a student, you cannot relocate, except you got married to somebody in the UK or you got a job in the UK. As a student, you have to leave where your school is because that's where you have paper to go to school. They give you a study permit for Moldova, so you have to stay in Moldova. You can't just move to the UK. No, you cannot do that. You don't have papers to work in the UK. You don't have papers to live in the UK. You can visit the UK if you have the visitor's visa to visit, but you can't just hop and go to the UK from Moldova. All the best. I'm currently working as a student analyst on a government digital health transformation. I'm completing my studies in December. Do you think I should change provinces or do you think Nova Scotia is okay? If you're a student, if you have any other means to get your papers, leave Nova Scotia. If not, stay put in Nova Scotia. Put. People are fighting to go to Nova Scotia and New Brunswick because getting the papers in those provinces are not as hard, except if you are 27. So you know that I will get good points in the express entry. Then you stay because you know you can get good points everywhere. If you are older than 27 and you are thinking your PR, stay put. The only reason why you are moving to another province is you got a job in another province. If you got a job, move to where you got a job. You don't got a job, you stay put in Nova Scotia to get your papers. You fight. All right? All the best. How do I get a fully funded scholarship for my master's in the US without GRE? Yeah, there are programs that you can get to enter with full scholarship without GRE. It depends on a couple of things. What have you done? What program? What have you done with your life? Do you have some work experience that is compelling? Some volunteer experience that is compelling? How are you writing your SOP? How compelling is it? What else do you have? Do you have some skill sets to back up why you're a good candidate for that type of research? Remember that fully funded means it's a job. You are going to be working. Do I qualify for that job? Because you're working, it's a research. They'll give you that research, you're doing it for the next 2 years. So you have to look at what portfolio do I have? It's not every school that requires GRE, but it also depends on what program are you applying to. So I don't have enough information to give you everything, but I feel like you should have a compelling CV a compelling SOP. You should connect the dot between your education and work experience and the skill sets you have, volunteering you've done. Connect the dots. And definitely anything that will help you sell yourself. If you have publications, anything, just load everything up. Write a compelling story. And I love it when I see Nigerians go to Harvard, go to Stanford. Why? Because we're very vain people. People ask, what school did she even go to? Because we think that is important. In this part of the world, it's not important. Your technical competences is more important than going to Harvard. So if you know that getting that full funding with Harvard will be a problem, go to tier 2 school, go to tier 3. You don't have to go to tier 1 school and say, I have to get into Stanford. It has to be Ivy League. It's not compulsory. I didn't go to no Ivy League school. And if anybody wants to shame me for that, that's their own cup of tea. I'm not shaming. Right? I still did it on full scholarship. And I still got a very good knowledge. Studying with a DLI college in Canada with a co-op as against studying for a 1-year master's, which would be a better option to settle. I already have an MBA in digital innovation and 10 years experience. First of all, if you have 10 years experience and an MBA, why are you going to Canada? You should head to EB2 and IW. America is where you should be going. Yeah. You qualify for EB2 and IW. Green card in the US, straight up. So you should turn back in that Canada direction and head straight to the US. All right? So, and this is why I tell people come to book one-on-one session with me. When they come and book one-on-one session with me, a lot of people are customers in the UK. They'll come to me, Dr. Adi, just fix it. I've done this master's. I can't do this care job. Back home in Nigeria, I used to do this. EB2 straight. Oh yeah, EB2 candidate. Because they qualify. They shouldn't even have to go to the UK in the first place. And I'm saying this to you as well. With 10 years experience and MBA, you don't have to go and do nothing in Canada. You should go and do EB2 and IW. Let's work with you, package you, go and sell you to the US government. They give you your green card, you and your family. Then you are coming. And it's green card. Now, let me answer your question. Any school that is not a designated learning institute, you should not apply to. If it's not a designated learning institution, it's a no. It has to be a DLI. Why? If you apply to a school in Canada that is not a DLI, when you are done, you are not going to get a work permit. So what happens? You go back home immediately after your program. We don't say na Japa, you want Japa now, my brother. If na Japa, you want Japa Festus, why you won't go school when not be DLI? They will send you back to Nigeria. They will come to say they deport you. Be deportation. But that's the criteria. So you have to go to a DLI school. It has to be a DLI school. It's a must. But you don't need no school. I know that the plan is Japa. You need a place where you can go that can favor you. America has a green card with your name on it, with what you have. Book a 1-hour session with me. Let's look at how can we get you your EB2 and IW. Let's discuss the process. If there is anything that is missing in your portfolio, I'll list it out for you. These are things I need you to go and get. You go and get it. We'll support you. You're getting it. As you're getting it, you drop it in your profile. When it's done, we apply for you. I think that's the one you should do. And if anybody is on this call, 10 years experience, an MBA, an MSc, Masters in Engineering, anything. You are in the field of engineering, education, anything sciences, I can list it out. The list is long. Several categories there. Environmental, anything related, anything like that. You can mention your field. I can tell you if you qualify too. You qualify for the U.S. green card. The U.S. still remains the #1 country in the world. You know, if you have a sibling, you live in the U.S., you want to file for your siblings, it will take 12 years, 13 years for them to come. That's how hard it is to get into the U.S. If you have applied for US visa, it's not everybody that they give. They bounce you. They bounce everybody. But because of the work you have done, because of your credentials, we can argue a case for you to get the US green card. Green card, no, not school. Paper. That should be the number one place you are going. If they will give you green card, American green card, in 5 years you get a citizenship in the number one country in the world. Today, even if you don't like America, there is money. Elon Musk himself is Canadian. He don't go America, like me. He wants money. That's where you can make money. Just the way me to Iran, leave Canada. Elon Musk, you don't run rich. Yeah, you have the opportunity if you're on the call. But everybody's situation is different. So when you get on a call with me, I analyze your credentials. There are other things that is needed. Apart from you have the education, you have work experience. We will look at other things that you have. Have you won any award before? Do you have publications? Did you go to school on scholarship? Have you published anything in a newspaper? Do you belong to professional bodies? Which association? Do you have certifications? I'll look at all of that. What do you have? What do you not have? What you have, is that enough? Is that enough or is not enough? Go and get this 3 extra. If you get this 3 extra, is enough. This is the one for you, based on your profile. These are the 3 things. And that is why EB2NIW is not a thing of, can I just keep the consultation? No, it's the consultation where we analyze you. So we can see what you have, is that enough, or you need something else, and whatever you need, we help you understand what it is. Can I make tuition deposit twice in Canada? It depends on the school. Mohawk College, for example, Mohawk will take first $2,200. A few months later, they will ask for more money. They will say, your next payment, I think, is 4,000 something or 6,000 something, I don't remember. Mohawk does that. So there are certain schools that allow you to break your tuition deposit into 2. There are not many though. Now there are some schools with small tuition deposit, 2,000, 2,002. When you work with us, we ask you, what's your tuition deposit that you have? So we are looking for school that you can afford the tuition deposit immediately. So whoever you're working with, or if it is you, you have to check, what is the tuition deposit of this school? Can I afford it based on what I have? If that school don't have opportunity to break it into 2 for you, then you only go for schools that you can afford this tuition deposit. All the best, the King Kong. What does it take to work with you for the rebranding? Oh, okay. For the rebranding, you can come and do a 1-hour session with me for us to understand where should you be going, how would you go, what technical skills do you need, where exactly should you focus on, and what technical competencies do you need. Now, if you've gotten all those technical competencies, come on the call with me. We will do speed resume and LinkedIn editing. While you are on the call, we will speed edit your resume. We'll rebrand you immediately in 1 hour. We'll do that. So yes, I'd say book an hour call and we can work on the rebranding together in that 1 hour. Yeah, it's speed editing, speed rebranding. Without having any nursing background, you want to study MSc nursing without any nursing background, I'll say do not do that. The reason why I said that is because when you're done in nursing, you want a nursing license. And every province, depending on where you're going in Canada, I don't know whether it's Canada or the US, I don't know where you're going. But every province in Canada, for example, they have their board exam that you have to write. So if you go to this province and they said, for our province, you need a bachelor's in nursing, then you go and write the board exam, and you only have master's and they don't take you, then you can't do anything. So before you apply for that master's in nursing, for the country that you want to go, you want to say, will having master's in nursing allow them to qualify me, and will I be able to write the board exam? If the answer is no, don't do that. I would rather you start that nursing from scratch and do practical nursing for 2 years first. If nursing is something that you have to do practical nursing for 2 years. You will still get your papers if it's Canada with practical nursing. And then you can build on that practical nursing so that you can become a registered nurse. Can one upgrade a BSc to master's degree or PhD using WES? What do you mean upgrade to master's and PhD? So if you have put your certificate in WES, then you got your master's or a PhD, you can send them your master's and PhD. Yeah. I want to study nursing in Canada, but the age that is accepted in the programs is 23 years. What do you suggest in the program you want to do? What do you suggest I do? I will have WAEC. I don't understand. I don't understand. Hi, what advice would you have for someone as a fashion designer or relocating as a fashion designer in Canada? Would I need to transition into something first, or what's the prospect for me as a fashion designer? Prospect for you as a fashion designer in the Black community is very low. They do Owambe, but it's not a lot. They sold their clothes from Nigeria because it's cheaper, and they post it to them. So if you're in Canada and wants to be a fashion designer, first of all, it will take time for you to build your brand. Start building your brand before you leave Nigeria. Start building your brand. So people know you, people see that you're good at what you do. And start connecting with Canadian vendors so that people already know your brand. Will the money be enough to pay the bills and take care of your family? I don't know. And to be honest, I'm not sure, especially for a growing brand. So you may have to get something set up first, a career or something. You may have to get something set up. All right. Hello, doctor. My brother has a BSc in geology. I want to sponsor him to Canada for either a diploma. What are his best bet for the choice of course to do that can land him a job immediately? Does he have any work experience? Because when you apply to a program, we consider the education and then the work experience. Some program, you can use the work experience to get in. I just don't want to call something because I heard he studied geology. I would rather be very interested in knowing what his master's or what his work experience look like. Hi, doctor. What is the best job for a dentist to do once she lands in Canada before getting certified? I just gave an example of public health. So, can do something like that. Can do dentist assistant. Can find something to do, definitely. Yeah. Write the link of the LinkedIn again. I've already left the place. So what extension was used for Canada? Canada doesn't have extension. If you're talking about the job search extension, the US has extension. UK has extension. Canada doesn't have extension. We use the job bank. There is a job bank that you can go to see all the jobs that are available that has LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment. You can go to job bank, you will see it. Secondly, for Canada, there are what we call designated employer. For Nova Scotia, for New Brunswick, for all the Atlantic provinces, there is a list of employers that are designated that you can also find online. But we don't have extension, but there's a way around it for Canada. Yeah. Can I get a link? I just got my international passport. No, I don't know what you're trying to ask. What's the name of the site? Okay, I think you guys were asking me about that link for. Let me try and see if I can redo it. So tier 2 is tier 2 visa extension. Okay, it brought it up. So I'm going to show you guys now. Can you see it? So tier 2 visa extension for Google Chrome. And you can see this is the one I said you should click on, the ultimate one, the second one here. That's the one that I said you should click on. Once you click on it, it will show something like this. And then you can see my own. It said remove from Chrome. Why? Because I'm already connected. I already had. Your own will be saying add to Chrome. That's what it will say, add to Chrome. And then you add to Chrome, and then it will be one of your, you can see my own, it's right here. You can see it. Can you see it? That is it. The one for the UK is there. This is the one for, this is it. This is the extension for the US. Let me remove that lighting that is blocking. Sorry guys. I hope you can see it now. So these are my available extension. This is the UK extension. This is the US extension that I have. You can see. The extension automatically works when you are on LinkedIn or Indeed job search page. This is the second one. The extension automatically works when you are on LinkedIn. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, guys. Hope is now clear in terms of how to get the extension. Any question on the extension? Let me go and check. Did you guys see the extension? Did you guys see the extension? Please comment so that I can know if that is sorted. Yes, okay. All right, so let's go on to questions. Okay. My question is, what's my chance of getting a BA role in Canada? I have over 3 years work experience in Nigeria in sales and currently studying business development. Business development and business analytics, they're not exactly the same. Like I was talking about rebranding. If you want to brand yourself towards business analytics, you have to first do a skill map to find out what are the competencies required in business analytics. And then whatever that competence look like, then you go and get them. And once you get them, then we can now rebrand your resume, your LinkedIn, your persona, going to that direction. Then it will be easy for you to now that you land the role. I hope that makes sense. Okay, for somebody that wants to do 1+1, what do you suggest they add to IBM PGD? And can I book a one-on-one for skill mapping and mentorship? Yes, you can book a one-on-one for skill mapping and sponsorship, for mentorship, for us to look at what do you have and what direction should you be going with what you have. Because you told me you have international business management now for PGD, but I want to know what was your bachelor's in. I want to know if you have any work experience, because all of these things connect together. Let me tell you a little story. Yesterday I was talking to a client. This client has come for a program in Canada, a 2-year program. And while I was talking to her, I told her, I said, Madam, I have to apologize, but the program you are doing in Canada, you will never use it to work. She said, I said, yes, because she already has a master's and a bachelor's that are more lucrative, more competitive, better than the work she's doing, than the school she's now going to in Canada. So we can sell her with what she already has better than what she's trying to get. So I usually say to people, before you pick that next course, actually talk to a career coach in terms of how do we want to put my brand together when I'm looking for a job? So they can tell you what programs you should apply to. Now, if you apply to a program, it doesn't mean that you have to transition your career to that program. Because sometimes what you are bringing on your own may be even better than what you think you're getting. And that is why the place of that type of brainstorming, it really helps a lot. Okay. I studied early childhood education in primary education. Can I be an educator? Yes, you can always be an educator. I have a bachelor's in agric, in crop production, and an MSc in project management in the UK. Please, what can I do in Canada? It depends. What can I do in Canada? This is another case, right? You can, for Canada, for you to qualify for most of our permanent residency situation, you need work experience. So you've told me now your education, but you don't tell me anything. You didn't tell me anything about your work experience. So if you're asking me what can I do in Canada, this profile is incomplete. So it'd be hard to say this is what I think you can do. Is it possible to secure admission for January 2024? That's a very hard sell. Why? Because when you get admission, you will still have to be looking for visa. Except you're already in Canada, you're already there. You will not need visa, you will not need anything. Then I would say maybe it's still possible, but it's a long shot because we're just 2 months away from January. This is not a feasible plan. No, it's not feasible except if you're already in Canada. Is a 1-year program enough to get a PR in Canada? It depends. If, let's say, I've spoken to some of my clients that I've helped them strategize around a 1-year program. How? So let's say I spoke to you. We realized that if you get in the Express Entry pool, you have 1 certificate. If you get this second program, it will increase your point and you will be able to get enough points for you to qualify for PR. Then, yes, do a 1-year program. Secondly, for a province like, New Brunswick. New Brunswick said if you study in our province for 1 year, if you graduate and stay here for 6 months, we're going to give you your PR. So if you're going to New Brunswick and you do a 1-year program, you know that all that it takes after is you stay there. If you stay there for 6 months, then you can apply for their PR, and hopefully the rule doesn't change. They will give it to you. Another would be if you're in an in-demand field, that we know that if I finish this, I'll get a job. Provinces like, BC, British Columbia, Alberta, there are a couple of provinces that you need a job offer, even Nova Scotia. If you do a 1-year program, you should be talking to Dr. Adi from the beginning though. So we already build your profile during that 1 year. 2 months before you are done, hopefully you already land a job. Because that job offer is crucial to you getting your provincial nomination. So if you're doing a 1-year program, we have to plan it. It's either we are sending you to a province that we know that province will give you paper regardless, or you feel like this will add to your profile, it will boost your Express Entry. Or we feel like you're going to do it in a province that if you get a job offer, now you can apply for PR. So we have to plan it. You can do a 1-year program. Now, if you are in that 1-year program and you realize, it's not looking good though. I've not talked to Dr. Adi. I don't know what I'm doing with my career. I'm graduating in 2 months. I'm not sure if I can get a job. Apply for a second program or another 1-year program. Just Kukuma, apply for another 1-year program. But if you get help up front, before you even apply at all, there can be a robust plan for you to make sure that 1 year works for you. All the best. I have a BSc. You can see as I'm talking, I'm calculating a lot of things. Why? Because I know that these are people's lives. I know that these are people's future. These are people's career. I don't take it for granted that you ask me for direction. So everything I'm telling you, I'm thinking through it. Can I tell that to my child? Can I tell that to my blood brother? Will I give that advice to a family member? I treat all of you like that like you're my family member. And that's why someday I'm parrying for you because I treat you like that. I don't take you asking me for direction. I don't take it with levity because I know that a lot of time as a career coach, when I give people my word, it means my word. They looked up my profile. Oh, she's won all of these awards. She has a PhD. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. And that is what keeps me up at night. I have to continue to research new information. What else can I do for my people? What are the new opportunities? How can I help them win? Is there something that they can do that will be better for them? Because I believe that you trust me. You trust my word. You trust my process. You trust a lot of things. You're trusting me with a lot. And I want to say again, that I appreciate that. And nothing that I tell you here has not been thought through. Even if it's like it's speed, right? I'm replying. I pick a lot of those answers from thousands of people that I've conducted different one-on-one sessions with. Like we have done the research together, or I've done the research, or I've done your one-on-one. I say I'll send you email later because I want to do more research. to have something concrete to share with you. Now, some of those questions you guys asked me here. So those answers are already available. Then I can say, this is what I think you should do. I draw a lot of these answers from clients' situations, from my previous experience, from different people that I've encountered. And, I thank God that this is what I do for work now. And I'm thankful to all of you for the trust, for the belief, for, people will talk to me and I'll be like, you just told that person that. And if they follow through, I know it's going to change their lives. So thank you for being here and just trusting me with a lot. Yeah. How do I book a one-on-one? So a one-on-one, if you write to us, we're going to give you a link. You're going to make payment, and then you can get the one-on-one. We're opening up more slots for this November because there's been a lot of complaint that people said they want more slots. So I will do my best to make sure that we make more slots available so that some people can get the sessions this November. Can I get a sponsorship visa in Canada? You can. LMIA, Job Bank. Where is Job Bank? So there are jobs that have visa sponsorship. So these jobs, you can find them on Canadian Job Bank. This Canadian Job Bank, it has pretty much jobs that are made available for Canada. They're there. So there are now certain jobs. I'm opening it for you. This is what I'm showing right now. And 1 second. I hope you can see it properly. This is Job Bank. How did I got here? I got here from here. jobbank.gc.ca. This is it. And then I click on this link, Job Bank. And then it brought me here. And I'm going to advance. I pass through this example location. I go to advance. You click on advance. Now you can see all the jobs. These are the jobs that are posted in the last 48 hours. There have been 6,938 jobs posted in the last 2 days, more than 30 days. In Alberta alone, there are jobs, over 34,246 jobs. In British Columbia, there are 37 jobs. Where do they have the highest number of jobs in the whole country? Right now, let's see. Ontario still is leading at 39,553, followed by Alberta Manitoba. I lied. Number 2, Alberta is second. So for jobs on the market, British Columbia is third. It's crazy that Alberta is winning British Columbia with jobs. And then where else can you find jobs? Newfoundland. Remember that guy that said, oh, Kiniko, there's some jobs there. Manitoba has more jobs. Quebec, oh, I lied. Quebec has 19,634. Where are there no jobs? Well, just check the list. This is Job Bank. Now, how do I check for myself if I'm looking for LMI job? This is the end of the page. You pass the benefit, which is the end. You go back up to intended applicants. Under this intended applicants, you can see Canadian and authorized workers and Canadians and international candidates. This job, that you see, I checked that this is the place with LMIA job. All this job, 40,461, they have LMIA. These are the jobs you can do, you can apply to. If you're trying to get sponsorship, there are 40,461 sponsorship jobs with sponsorship. Again, how did I go here? I came back up here and said, I want to view that. Because I've checked the link, I've clicked it. Now this is it. All these jobs, they have LMIA. Administration officer, bookkeeper, junior accountant, receptionist, sterilization attendant, cashier, kitchen helper, food service supervisor, cook, you name it. Sales and marketing manager, industrial designer, retail store supervisor, customer service supervisor, dean of a university, and human resource manager, àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Okay, we go back. So I hope that's clear in terms of where can I get sponsorship job. That's the first place. It's called Job Bank. So if you're looking for sponsorship job for Canada, go through. And I was reading through because I don't want you to say it's only tech people. It's not only tech people. They're looking for even cook, human resource manager. All the jobs are there. So you can find what your own is. You can. There is a job for you. You just have to realize that everybody from around the world is applying. So how do you stand out? It's about branding. It's about understanding the technical competences. It's about packaging yourself as the best candidate. And that's what we do at DTechcentrics. We help you understand how to package you as the best candidate for it. And yeah. Okay. Dr. Adi, do you have a particular sample for a CV in Canada? No. So I want to talk about that. You know, people will go online, they will download this CV template. It's not CV template that is getting you a job. No. Your application goes through what we call the recruiting life cycle. The first thing in a recruiting life cycle is the applicant tracking system. Your resume is checked against the job and it matched like this. The keywords within your job and the keywords within the resume is merged. If you don't have a match rate of over 75%, your resume will not go through. It will not go through. So that is not depending on the style of the resume. That's depending on what is in the resume, what is the substance in the resume. If there's no substance in that resume and you're caring about format, you don't understand what technical competencies, what skill set, what softwares they need. They need this thing. How do I sell myself? The substance in that resume is not good. It will not even pass through applicant tracking system. If you lie, we apply to 60 jobs every day. You know, we'll still see the job. Because applicant tracking system will kick it back out. The second, if your resume matches the job well, and your resume goes through the applicant tracking system, then it meets a recruiter. The recruiter applies a 6-second rule. In 6 seconds, the recruiter wants to confirm you met the education requirement, you met a work experience requirement, you have the technical competencies for the role. You know, the recruiter has a checklist of things. 6 seconds means half a page of an A4 paper. Half a page of an A4 paper. So everything I just talked about, it has to be wrapped into half a page of an A4 paper, which is the first page of your resume. So I'm explaining this because it's not about, this is my format. It's about understanding the recruiting life cycle. What process is being used to gauge me as a candidate? What process are they using to qualify me as a candidate? That's where you need to start from, understanding that process. Now, if that recruiter feels like you made the requirement, then they call you for your first interview. In that your first interview, you're speaking to a recruiter. Recruiters will know small about the role. You remember they recruit for the whole company. They may not know a lot about the job, but they've been given a checklist. You will use technical jargon in that interview so that the recruiter will know this one know what she's saying. Even if the recruiter does not understand, put some good technical jargons as you're discussing, engage the recruiter, be nice, be confident, come to their level sometimes, or go up to the technical level many times, so that recruiter will see this person is good. Don't say, oh, they're a recruiter, let me just take it easy. Don't take it easy. Take it hard. Let that recruiter, let them know. I'm a technical expert. Jargon, bang, bang, bang. Give that recruiter. The recruiter will be so happy to introduce you to the hiring manager. So I'm explaining this because sometimes I say, oh, I take it easy on the recruiter so that when I get to the hiring, and the recruiter, you take it hard. You technical stuff. If you do it well in that interview, that recruiter will be remembering. Always also look at what are the keywords that are important to this role. So when you're talking to the recruiters, you weave that keyword, those keywords, you weave it into your conversation. You're explaining how you've done those things to the recruiter. You weave it. The recruiter doesn't understand, but you are weaving everything. She's shaking her head. And you two, you are in agreement. Your eye contact. You're talking like you're serious. That recruiter will escalate your resume straight to the hiring manager. Now, the hiring manager has needs. When you're applying for a job, consider yourself as a consultant. A consultant is here to solve problems. Consider yourself as a consultant. So you want to already look at the job description to say, I know that these are the 5 problems they have. I'm preparing to go there and talk about how I can solve the problem. I'll start by showing the competencies that I have that I can help them to use to solve the problem. Then I will cap it up by helping them understand how I have solved similar problems in the past. Put numbers, impact of the work I have done in the past. Impact, numbers, let the numbers be flying. If you're talking to Dr. Adi, I'm a number girl. If you want to solve my problem, you got to give me numbers. So start to talk numbers. Also remember that this hiring manager is not only interviewing you. You are trying to convince somebody to pick you. You have to go there understanding clearly core competencies for this role. That's what you're going there to sell. One of the things that should be taught in every program they're teaching students is marketing. If you don't know how to market yourself, it doesn't matter how many certifications you have. It doesn't matter. You know, a few days ago, I posted that somebody on our program who doesn't have PMP got a senior project manager role. Some people say it's cap. I laughed. Why? Because they don't understand that getting PMP does not mean you will even get called for interview. It doesn't mean. Because in today's market, you need the skill sets, you need to brand yourself, you need to be able to speak about yourself, and if you can, you will win any of those hiring processes. You know the process. If you don't know the process, then you can't cross over the hurdle. If you don't know my resume will pass through an applicant tracking system, then you are now thinking, how do I scale through? If you don't know, my resume is going to be given to a recruiter. She's going to apply the 6-second rule. Then how do you make sure that that resume comply with the 6-second rule? If you don't know that recruiters, you are supposed to wow them with core competencies that are related to the role, then how do you describe yourself to that recruiter that if they are interviewing for 50 people, that recruiter wants you in front of the hiring manager? If you don't know hiring managers, you're supposed to treat them like a consultant, then how do you win the job? Anyone that is looking for a job needs to know the recruiting life cycle, in and out. Then you look at how do I present myself so I can pass through all of these stages. Dr. Adi, my sister in the UK said she's allowed to work 20 hours during school session and unlimited hours during summer. Does it apply in Canada? Yes, it's the same thing in Canada. I have 5 million. Where do I go? 5 million. You have 5 million. Where do you go? Go to Europe. Go to Europe. I don't like telling people to go to Europe, but I went to Europe. I spent 4.5 years. It's part of my story. If I didn't go to Europe, I will probably not have the same story. When I went to school in Finland, it was free tuition. But you have to pay for your boarding, you have to pay for your feeding. In today's market, Savonia University, the university I actually went to, I think we posted about Finland maybe today. Savonia, I got an email from Savonia. That's the university I went to first. I went to school in Finland for my bachelor's in information technology with major in embedded systems at Savonia Ammattikorkeakoulu in Kuopio, Finland. That school, they have opened up applications right now. It started yesterday, 1st of November. Their fees are reasonable. When I went to school in Saponi, it was free. It's no longer free, but it's still reasonable. Finland has some of the best technology and education in the world. Flat out. It's just not very welcoming to immigrants. Or if you go there first, you go to school. When you're done, you will have money. We were working cleaning job, we were making money. You will save up for Canada. You will save up for the US. You will save up for the UK, and you will get a degree. Because 5 million cannot bring you to Canada, 5 million cannot bring you to the UK, to the US, out of the UK. It cannot. But 5 million can take you to Europe, and you can use Europe as your bridge. Bridge. Don't just stay too long. Nobody stays too long on the bridge. You know, bridge is always in like this. You don't stay on the bridge. You pass through the bridge. So if you go to Europe, know that I am passing through, no long thing. Don't go and find one bobo and say, I'm marrying. You know well, you won't marry. They will now impregnate you. You will now take part. You don't go feel leave. It's a bridge. You keep your eyes sharp. If you have money, is not enough. We cannot take you to Canada. Cannot take you to UK. It cannot take you to the US. That's where you want to go. Go and start from Europe. If you start from Europe, just don't go and fall in love with somebody there. You see one white guy, you now fall in love. You cannot now move again. You now be managing cleaning job for 15 years because of love. Love has to have small sense these days. I'm a Nigerian. I understand the situation everybody's going through. There's no money. Yes, some people are still able to say, okay, help me do Canada. I still have savings. I have 30 million. Can do it. Egba. But I'm from a poor home. Some people who do 4 million self. It's hard. Go and start from Finland. I have somebody that came to ask me, Doctor, should I go and do care job in the UK? I say yes. Go and do care job in the UK and raise money for the US and Canada. She's there now. She's working that care job. And she's saving money. She left her children in Nigeria. I went to the UK to do the care job so she can save small money so that she can come and apply. I say, let's go to Canada. She qualified for Express Entry and she qualified for Saskatchewan provincial nomination, but she doesn't have proof of funds for a family of 5. So I said, go to the UK, like you said you want to go. Go and do the care job. Let's see how much you can raise. Everything takes planning. Everybody's journey is not going to be direct to America, now making millions. Everybody's journey, my journey was not direct. It has corner. Last, we reached the place. Yeah, I know that is Israelite waka. Something that should be fast. It took slow. Because my papa no get money now. And I didn't have a Dr. Adi. I didn't have a Dr. Adi to help me find scholarship. I didn't have a Dr. Adi to show me direction. So I did like this. In your case, you actually have Dr. Adi, but you don't have money. Let's go and start from Europe. Just don't lose focus. Stay with me. Stay with me. Quick, you do that Europe waka. You get your money, you get your certificate, you move. They never see you again. Today I left Finland. I said, I'll never come back here. Never. For what? That country humiliated me. If I go to Finland, I'll be crying on the road. Because I'll be remembering how I worked as a cleaner, how people were calling me Perekele on the road. It would traumatize me. I can never go on vacation in Finland. For what? I suffered. It was goodbye forever. For you to go and get your master's, I be some good, some save small money, do goodbye forever, like Dr. Adi. Because everybody's journey is not same. And this is why I tell people, when you come on a one-on-one with me, maybe you say, I want to go to Canada, you qualify for US green card. I will say, yeah, come back, turn back, it's this way. Or you, okay, it's Europe. Oh yeah, come and go to the UK. Oh yeah, it's Europe, go. Malta is where we are starting from. You see, I just mentioned Malta. And this is how you're talking about Malta. Yeah, never again, man. You leave Malta, it's never again. You're like, goodbye forever. Listen, I'm done. So I'm explaining this because everybody's pocket is different. We talk about career, we talk about immigration. November has knocked. I want you to ask yourself, what do I want to do with the rest of this year? Yes, end-to-end come with consultation. And somebody that is asking me, are we going to do sales? This month is American Thanksgiving. We're going to do Black Friday. So we're going to do sales, but it's end of the month. If you want to go to school for admission in May, and you are waiting for Black Friday, that is happening end of the month, by the time they book me for Black Friday, there will be no session until March 2024. They will book it, finish. So we're going to have Black Friday sales during Thanksgiving, which is 3rd week or 4th week of November. In 3 weeks, 4 weeks, yes, we'll have Black Friday sales. Everybody have to have it. All right. What I was explaining before. This last 2 months, let's use it to plan 2024. So that 2024, there can be progress. So that 2024, you can shock yourself. So that 2024, you can be outstanding. Let's understand, if you qualify for green card, now that the door is open for America, let's get you in. If you qualify for Canada, let's evaluate, is it Canada, is it America? Let's pick. If you don't qualify, let's find out what else you need to have. We can't do things the same way. Look at the amount of suffering happening in the world. You think it's only Nigeria that is suffering? People are suffering everywhere. There's no money. If there's no direction, you will just realize you are doing it. It's not working for you. These last 2 months, let's put things in order. Whether we start your EB2 and IW or you have a consultation, I give you a long list. Go and learn this for the next 3 months. Get all of this for us and get the money so that we know 2024, power will change hand. You are in Canada, you are looking at the US. I want to get into the US market. Let's get you your EB2 and IW and get your green card. The day Canada annoy you, you carry your bag. You go. Canada doesn't even have to annoy you. Before you carry your bag, you just start to apply to job from Canada. You're applying as a permanent resident of the US. They give you one job like this. You double your salary like Dr. Adi. I got a job from the US in Canada. They want to pay me 3 times my salary. I said, goodbye, Canada. And they come. And don't they go? I left. In this new year that we want to answer, we cannot enter 2024. Look, there's war going on in Israel. We don't know how bad this will get. So me and you, we need to understand, what are we doing with our lives? Your husband is a medical doctor. He will become a consultant next year. Yes, doctor has EB2 NIW pathway, but it's longer than for them. There are things they have to do. Will he be allowed to practice? Yes, he will get some things before he could leave Nigeria for him to practice. Yeah, he will be allowed to practice. But it's a process. If there's anything we can do for you, you want to upgrade your career, you are going to school, you want help. How do I choose the right province, the right program? What's the calculation that will work for me? For the UK, for the US, for Canada, for Australia, for Ireland, you can apply to any of those countries for school for you. I'm looking for sponsorship job, the UK, Canada. I will share maybe this testimony tomorrow. Let me tell you about this, my client, Ola. Ola is a writer. He's a Nigerian writer. It's my client. And he travels. He's a nomad. You know, nomad. They don't live in the country. He travels. He'll get contracts, different contracts. He'll come. Dr. Adi, come and help me negotiate this contract. He's making good money. I have clients who stays in Nigeria. They get contracts from different parts of the world. Even if you don't want to move, you can still be making money in US dollars. Even if you don't want to move, your children are American citizens. Let's get you American green card. You are living in Canada. Me and you know that they don't pay us well in Canada. And everybody's saying they're paying well in the US. Let's look at that and get you that. I have a client. Their plant is not one. They live in Canada. They work for a US company. They have green card. They're never moving. They just sat put in Canada. Be using the American green card to work for American country. And sat in Canada. You don't always have to move. I have people who have not moved from Nigeria. They are working with global companies. And if you want to move, let's move. Let's just plan. Let's start the plan now so we can make 2024 a success. So that when somebody is driving G-Wagon, you will not be beefing them. If Dr. Adi say one thing, you'll be hungry. Why are you hungry? What have I done? You just hate that she's living fine. So if you open her mouth, you say you expect more from me. Why are you expecting more from me? I'm not your family member. Stop expecting from me. I expect more from her. For what? Why are you expecting more from me? Don't expect more from me. Let me turn you into a success story so that you will not be beefing everybody. Somebody bought a house. You say, who does she think she is? Let's make yourself a success story so that when people are succeeding, you will not be beefing them and say, who does she think she is? I will post my fine picture, you will not comment. All of you, you are beefing me. You see my fine picture, you don't comment. Is that life? Is that even good? I will even take effort. I will tell my husband, take 5 pictures, or let's take picture for my audience so they can see my face. You people, beef is worrying you. You cannot comment on my fine picture. Is that even good? Enemies everywhere. My sister, help me ask them. Enemies everywhere. You people don't commenting on my picture. Why? Let's make your whole life too good. Let it soft. So when somebody is buying Benz, you will not say he's capping, they are capping. Let's make your life such that people will be saying you are capping. Because they will not believe it. They will not believe it. They say, how possible is that is cap? Let your life, your own reality, becomes an argument. An argument that people will be saying, that's not possible. You know, when we started this EB2, people will say it's not possible to get green card in America within 4 months. How can you get approved for green card in 4 months? That's a lie. Because people's lives are becoming like, how is that possible? Almighty America. Let's make your own life becomes something that people will see and say, how possible is that? How is that possible? My own parents, my parents that born me till tomorrow, they're still wondering, is that her? Is that her? Even let your parents wonder. By the time we finish polishing you and the Lord turn your situation around, even let your own parents be wondering, hey, is that my child? Is that her? If you are determined to change your life, get help. Tell us about EB2. I've spent more than my time. EB2, if you have a master's, you have a 5 to 10 years of work experience, you have scholarships that you have won, awards, you have publications, any of this, not all. We'll put it together. It's employment-based, preference 2, national interest waiver. When you're coming to America, you should get an employer to say, you know how everybody's looking for sponsorship job. You should get an employer to say, I will give you sponsorship. With this national interest waiver, we are asking the US government to remove the clause of employment, that you're good enough for them to let you come on your own with no employer sponsoring you. So we help you put your application together in a compelling way that the government will say, okay, this person is good enough. Let this person come in. So that's how EB2 works. It's been existing since 1990. It's not new. You can contact us. After this call, you send message. Hunger is wiring me small. But as I'm eating my food, I'll be sending some voice notes back to some of you. My colleagues are also going to be in the DM, helping you understand what program can you do based on what you have. They are there to support you. We also have WhatsApp numbers. They can talk to you on the phone. They can call you directly from here. They can leave you voice messages to make the conversation a lot clearer. I will also be there, also helping. Just let's make sure. This last 2 months was pivoted to my life last year. When I left my job, 19th of October last year, I spent the rest of the year planning 2023. And I thank God for everything He has done for me and my family. Because of the last 2 months that we planned. We planned deeply, we planned strategically, and it paid off. When you don't plan, everything you just do follow everybody. There's too much information on social media to consume. If there is nothing that is customized to you, it is customized to you. Like somebody look at your profile and say, this is how we're going to go. If it's not customized to you, it's risky because it's for the general public. It may not be applicable to you. If I answered your question, I call your name, it's customized to you. I'm thinking for you. If I don't have enough information, I'll tell you, I can't say it now because I don't have enough information. Because we need information that is enough. Business administration, business analytics, 15 years banking, yes, you qualify. You do. Madam Ebony, yeah. Guys, thank you for your time today. My prayer for us is that this last 2 months of the year, we will recover all. First of all, every of the blessing that are hanging for us, we will recover them. My other prayer, you will not die. The remaining days of this year, the Lord will protect you. You met me, you came to this page for a reason. I pray that everything that you need to make the right decision, the Lord will give you. And I also want to ask you to act. Ask for help. A closed mouth does not get fed. There's no know-how. But there are people who are willing to support you. There are people like me who have passion for what they do. They know God. They believe in you. They believe you can do well. And they want to assist you. Go and get that help. So we can have a strategic plan to work towards for 2024. My goal in life at this moment is to see more Black people succeed. Before you go, I'm going to share a story. On Saturday, my first mentee, I met him on Facebook. He wrote to me and said, Dr. Heidi, I have a first class in Nigeria. I want to go abroad. I worked with him. We got him a master's scholarship in the UK. I worked with him. We got him a PhD scholarship in the US. He has gotten his green card. He has bought a house. On Saturday, he is getting married in this America. And if anybody say you should not go and look for help, they said don't go and look for help. They want your journey to be long. You need to stand on the shoulders of giants so you can see further. You know the wife he married attended my first boot camp ever. I said, oh yeah, go and do this. Oh yeah, go and do, oh yeah, go and do this. She did it. She landed in America. Bro. When I found out they are dating, I said, both of you say, yeah, Dr. Eddie, it's me. From the first boot camp we held, all the instructions you gave me, I used it. I entered an American school with full scholarship. They're getting married. I met them separately. If anybody say you should not go and look for help, they want your journey to be hard. Till tomorrow, I remembered when he was doing his PhD. He wants to be a professor. I said, la, that's not accepted. He said, my professor, I said, you just get a job. Oh yeah, do this. Oh yeah, do this. Skill mapping. Oh yeah, you two, yeah. Both of them, they got a job in the same city. Oh yeah, you do this. Oh yeah, you do this. Oh yeah, do this. Mm-hmm. They bought a house. They sent me a picture. They got engaged. Last December, I told them, before next Christmas, you people be married. I want you people to be married before next year. Before next Christmas. They made it happen. This year, they bought a house. They got their green card. They are getting married. Nigerians like you, who didn't have anybody. We use scholarship. We use it to bring them here. We use career coaching. We use it to get them jobs. We use EB2 to get them green card. They bought their house, they're getting married. Real testimony, I will be posting with my, I don't know what I'm even wearing on Saturday. I did my gele to reach heaven like this. My gele needs to touch the sky. It needs to touch the sky. That is my wish for you. To see you happy, to see you succeed, to see your effort worth it, to see you get the things you deserve. That's my wish for you. How many of these type of stories? Plenty. You deserve everything you wish for. You do deserve it. Everything. It doesn't matter who doesn't believe in you. It doesn't matter who thinks you can't get it. It doesn't matter who is telling you, What matters is go and get help, believe in yourself. If they say put in the work, be putting in the work like this. And watch that miracle. Watch it happen. People will never rate you. Watch them wonder, wow. People will never respect you. Watch them say, wow. You know my mentee, I now call him doctor. He's the doctor. If I want to send him a message, I will say, Dr. Joshua. Dr. Joshua. He's the doctor. I have to put respect to his name. I met this boy just finished university. Facebook message. He sent me a Facebook message. He sent me a certificate. Everything. Everything. He's told me a story. I said, let's go. Finish that master. Oh yeah, PhD. America. Oh yeah. You got a second. We're not going in that direction. You are not becoming a professor. No. You are not going to be making peanuts. You are going this way. First year. Oh yeah, first year. You are going to do the second year. Third year. Oh yeah. Yeah. It worked out. Jobs. He got job offers. He sent me, oh yeah, this one. No, we are not taking this job. We will not take this one. Oh yeah. Where did your girlfriend get job? Oh yeah, this is the city we are going in March. Paper time. Oh yeah, green card. Oh yeah, green card. EB2 and IWU. Let's put everything together. EB2. Oh yeah, EB2 approved. Time to buy a house. Oh yeah, you people. You have to buy a house. If you find a mentor, just follow. Listen, put in the work, pray, and let God finish the rest. And this doubting, I'm not good enough, I don't think I can. You need to, don't come to me if you think you're not good enough. Because I will whip it out of your brain. You will live feeling like a champion. You know how I talk? You will live feeling like, yeah, there's something good about me. Or you will throw away that inferiority complex. It's thrown away. It's not allowed here. It's not. Because black people have made it in front of me. Black people have done well in front of me. Why should your own be an exception? Why should you not be able to do it? You can. You are gifted. You have enough. You are enough. We will patch it together, add a few things more. Come ready to work. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Chat us in the DM. Have a good, wonderful day, rest of your day. Please share this video with someone who needs encouragement, someone who needs some clarity. We answered a lot of questions from this. Please share with someone. Thank you all. Meet me in the DM if you have any question. Bye, everybody. Thank you.